Hello everyone, I am Shinya Takahashi. As you all know, the Nintendo Switch has become one of Nintendo's most successful video game consoles. But now it's about time that we switch things up a bit. We have recently unveiled our upcoming Nintendo Switch 2, and we finally have the chance to showcase it. Please, take a look. The Nintendo Switch 2's new and improved Joy-Cons come with brand new pads. These new pads will allow you to use your Nintendo Switch 2 Joy-Con like a computer mouse. This also makes our new Joy-Cons multi-purpose outside of the Nintendo Switch 2. You can play air hockey with it, or use them as defibrillators. You can even use them as a mouse on your own PC. We still won't put our games on PC, but you can still use something of ours on PC. The Nintendo Switch 2 is much bigger than the original Nintendo Switch. Not only does this mean a bigger screen and bigger Joy-Cons, but the cartridge slot is also bigger. This means that while the Nintendo Switch 2 is backwards compatible with Nintendo Switch games, original Nintendo Switch cartridges will not fit into the Nintendo Switch 2. You will need a special converter for Nintendo Switch cartridges in order to play Nintendo Switch games on your Nintendo Switch 2. The Nintendo Switch 2 also features magnetic slots to snap your Joy-Cons in. We've also designed the Joy-Con slots to attract the Joy-Cons from within a 100 feet radius. This way, if you want to take a break from the game, you can just let go of the Joy-Cons and they will instantly fly to your Nintendo Switch 2 like magic. However, they will attract any metal object that comes within its radius. So when playing your Nintendo Switch 2, make sure to keep any metal objects away from the console, whether big or small. Over the years, we have been receiving many complaints about the original Nintendo Switch Joy-Con's drift issues. To fix the issue, we have given the Nintendo Switch 2 its very own drift mode. If by chance your Joy-Cons start to drift, simply turn on the drift mode in the settings, and the console will send opposite inputs to your Joy-Cons that will cancel out the detected drift. Don't ask why we took unnecessary effort to program the console to counteract the drift instead of just fixing the drift itself. It works either way. The Nintendo Switch 2 even features a built-in unauthorized software detection program meant to prevent the installation of unauthorized applications onto the Nintendo Switch 2. This was done to make sure nobody backs up their game copies to be used for piracy or installs any emulation software, because as we all know, piracy and emulation are synonyms, and game preservationists and indie game developers certainly don't want you knowing the truth. If one were to install illegal software onto the Nintendo Switch 2, the unauthorized software detection program will convert the criminal software to an application for Mario Pinball Land on the Game Boy Advance, the worst Nintendo game ever made. Coinciding with the launch of the Nintendo Switch 2 will be the launch of the successor to our deeply beloved Nintendo Switch Online service, Nintendo Switch Online 2. This new service will offer players online functionality for compatible Nintendo Switch 2 titles, and a whopping 3 retro console libraries to start off with: the Nintendo GameCube, the Nintendo Wii, and the Nintendo Virtual Boy, for all of you Virtual Boy fans out there, all 6 of you. With the content currently offered, the service will be given the base price of $6 a year. Oh, wait, let me fix something real quick. There we go, the second digits were missing. Please note that the online features of Nintendo Switch Online 2 are not compatible with original Nintendo Switch titles, which require separately purchasing the original Nintendo Switch Online service on the original Nintendo Switch. Speaking of the original Nintendo Switch Online service, the original Nintendo Switch Online service will be shutting down effective May 30th, 2028. So enjoy the original service while it still lasts. Now that we've covered the console, how about we switch your attention to some of our upcoming Nintendo Switch 2 games? One of the most critically acclaimed Zelda games of all time is finally getting a remaster on Nintendo Switch 2. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild HD features higher video quality, no lag, and HD in the title. Ooh, look at that sexy golden HD text. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild HD, coming soon to Nintendo Switch 2. One of the most critically acclaimed games in the Super Smash Bros. Series is finally getting a remaster on Nintendo Switch 2. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate features higher video quality, online play that actually works, our new Donkey Kong design, and an exclusive fighter only present in this version of the game. We bet you won't be able to guess who it is. Better engage in debating on whom it might be. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, coming soon to Nintendo Switch 2. One of the most critically acclaimed games in the Mario Kart series is finally racing its way to Nintendo Switch 2. After receiving praise for our Mario Kart tech demo that we made specifically for the Nintendo Switch 2 reveal trailer, we've decided to port Mario Kart 8 Deluxe to the Nintendo Switch 2. But this time, we've made no changes to the game whatsoever, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Except for Donkey Kong, we still had to change his design. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, soon to be ported to the Nintendo Switch 2. One of the most critically acclaimed Zelda games of all time is finally getting a remaster on Nintendo Switch 2. The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD Remastered features, higher video quality, and sailing. The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wind Waker HD Remastered, coming soon to Nintendo Switch 2. So, what do you think? We hope you look forward to the release of the Nintendo Switch 2. Oh, silly me. We forgot to showcase the Nintendo Switch 2's launch title. Rather massive mistake on our part, but please, take a look. Introducing another brand new installment in one of Nintendo's most beloved franchises, the sequel that everybody has been waiting for. It's 1-2 Drift. The latest entry in our 1-2 Switch franchise, you get to turn the infamous Joy-Con drift into a game. Roll the ball to the end without it careening off the ledge. Let loose and hang 10, dude. Without jumping right off the surfboard, that is. And this one's for the ladies. Put on your makeup, but don't accidentally smear it across your face. 1-2 Drift. It's wacky, skewing fun for the whole family. That's all the time we have for today. We hope you look forward to the release of the Nintendo Switch 2. Thanks for watching.
Oh no!
It seems like the Nintendo Switch 2 is not doing very well with our audience, so we might have to switch to a new idea.
なぜ私を翻訳するのですか？私はそんなことは言っていません。
Hello everyone, I am Shinya Takahashi. We have something very special we'd like to show to you today. Introducing the Nintendo Crypto Malware. If we can't do anything to please our fans, then we might as well commit theft. You only have a limited time, convert all of your life savings to Bitcoin, and use this link to send it directly to Nintendo's headquarters.